Good morning, students. For today's session, we have a topic register. In this session, we'll discuss introduction to register, shift register, type of shift register, and application of shift register. So, in few class back, I said that application of flip-flops. And in application of flip-flops, register is one type of application of flip-flops. So it means that the register is created with a group of flip-flops. That means a group of flip-flops are interconnected with each other in series connection, or that is called cascading connection. Then whatever the circuit will come, that is called a register. So this is the block diagram of register. We have n number of d flip-flops. Okay, this is the first flip-flop, this second flip-flop, and all flip-flops are interconnected with each other directly or indirectly. In some cases, these two flip-flops are connected with multiplexer. Okay, we'll discuss in later chapter what is multiplexer. And here we can transfer the data from one flip-flop to other flip-flop. Okay, we can easily transfer the data, or the data can be easily moved. Suppose we want to store n bit of data, then we need n bit of register. That, as you know, that flip-flops is having a power to store a single bit of information. That means either 0 or 1. And if I want to construct n bit register, I need at least n number of flip-flops. Okay, so that if I want to store n number of data or n bit data, then I need a n bit register. It basically it means that I want to store, suppose, 1 0 1 0. Okay, this is my binary information 1010. How many bits it is? It is a 4 bit. If I want to store the 4 bit data inside my device or system, then I need 4 bit register. Okay, whatever register is used, that register having the power to handle a 4 bit information, 4 bit binary data. Okay, and basically the register is used to store the data, and it also transfers the data from one component to other component. Okay, like in computer system, we have memory buffer register, we have address register, we have instruction registers, we have data register, we have control register, we have different kind of register found in computer systems. So all registers having the power to either store the data, or we can transfer the data from one component to other component. Okay, so this register is connected with a signal. That is, see, this clear signal is connected to all flip-flops. That means the register is connected with the uh, clear signal. When the clear signal goes to 0, then the complete register reset asynchronously. That means if there is any buffer is there inside any one of the flip-flop, then automatically that can be clear when the clear equals to 0. And for, then again we have to set clear equals to 1. After that we can transfer the data, or we can store the data. So as I said that register is basically used to store the data, as well as it can transfer the data from one component to other component. So that sometimes it is called shift register. Okay, because it shifts the data from one component to other. See, here register can move the stored data. Whatever the data is inside the register, that can be moved from one component to other component. So such kind of register is called the shift register. Okay, so here we have a 4 bit shift register, and all are D type flip-flops. Okay, so we can suppose I want to transfer the data from, I have a device, this device, and another device is B. Say it is a B device, this is the A device. I want to transfer the data, that is 101. Okay, it is a binary data. That means this device must be a binary device or digital device. Here this device must be a digital device. I want to transfer that 101 from device A to device B. Okay, there is two method of transfer. One is called, I can transfer A first, then 0, then 1. That means one bit after another. Okay, and there is another possible of transfer is that I can transfer whole bit at a time. Okay, that means when I want to transfer the data from device A to device B, I must need a register, and that register must be a shift register. Okay, see, for this arrangement, suppose I have a device, I have a number, this number is 101. First I have to insert 101 to this first flip flop. Okay, then the second flip, that device, that data will move to second flip flop, then that device move to second flip flop, then second flip flop, like that. Okay, then from here we can collect the data. Okay, this is the use of shift register. So in case of register, a common clock pulses is there, and common clock pulses is applied to all flip flops in case of register. Okay, and this when when the clock pulse trigger to positive, or when the clock is tends to 0 to 1, then only the flip flop starts working. That means we can say that with a positive clock cycle, the whole shift register or any kind of register can start functioning, or it perform any data processing. Okay, because we know that when clock is high, then only a flip flop works, and some flip flops are there where the clock is negative. That means the clock is moving from 1 to 0. That time also it can work, like master slave JK flip flop. Okay, in master slave JK flip flop we have two state. If clock is high, then only then it works, as well as when clock is low, then also it works. Okay, but in all different flip flops, or all remaining flip flops, only the positive edge of the clock it will start functioning. Okay, there are two methods of shifting the binary data in shift register. Okay, the one method is called serial shifting, another method is called parallel shifting. In case of serial shifting means one bit after another in a single clock pulse. Okay, with a positive clock pulse I can transfer a single bit. That means one bit is transferred from one component to other component, that may be from MSB or LSB. Okay, so I cannot send bunch of data at a time. Okay, so see, suppose I have a data 101. For transfer the 3 bit data, I need a 3 clock pulses. The first clock pulse, then it will down, then again it is high, the second clock pulses will transfer, or second bit data will transfer, then it down, then when it high, then the third clock bit will transfer. That means if you want to transfer a 3 bit data in serial shifting method, then we need at least 3 clock cycle or 3 clock pulses. Okay, we can transfer the data. But in case of parallel shifting, the whole data can simultaneously transfer during a single clock pulse. Okay, with a single clock pulse we can transfer the all data. Okay, for this case, if clock is high here, then I can transfer the whole data, that is 3 bit data, from one component to other component. Okay, so there is two methods. If we compare these two methods, that is serial shifting and parallel shifting, in serial shifting case there is a propagation delay, or we need more time. Basically that propagation delay is measured with the delta t. Okay, and these features can lead to another application of register, that is called delay line. Okay, we have to wait some times, and after that only we can transfer the next bit of data. Clear? So that is called propagation delay. But there is no propagation delay in case of parallel shifting. That means we can transfer the bunch of data or whole data in a single clock pulses. Okay, so according to that, the parallel shifting is more faster than the serial shifting. Clear? Okay, as you discussed, shift register works with two mode of transfer. One is serial mode of transfer, or another is parallel mode of transfer. So according to that, shift register having four different types. Okay, so we have serial in, parallel out shift register, that then serial in, serial out shift register, and we have parallel in, parallel out shift register. We have parallel in, serial out shift register. Apart from that, we have two more shift register. One is bidirectional shift register and universal shift register. We'll discuss later on. Okay, so in case of serial in, parallel out shift register, the data entered one bit at a time. As I said, in serial transfer case, if I have a 3-bit data or 4-bit data, that means every bit is transferred after one clock cycle. So in the first clock cycle, I can transfer a single bit of data. Then for the next clock cycle, then I can transfer the next bit of data. Okay, in case of serial in. And what about the parallel out? That means all data can be collected as a parallel wise. Okay, see the block diagram of serial in, parallel out shift register. So from this block diagram, it clears that we can data enter in this direction. We can transfer the data in the first flip flop, first D flip flop. So this is the Q. The Q can be collected here. That means Q of A. If it is flip flop 1, then Q of A can be collected here, and the Q is transferred to the next flip flop. Okay, as its input, and again Q of 2 is collected here. Then that Q of 2 is transferred to the next flip flop. The next flip flop is going on like that. Okay, so here with a, suppose I have a number that is 1010. I want to transfer that 4-bit data. Then for the first clock cycle, because clock is always high, maintain 1, then low, maintain 0, then high, then low, then high, like that. Okay, if you see the timing diagram of serial in, serial parallel out shift register, we are getting this kind of graph. Okay, for the first high case, I can transfer 0 if I want to transfer the data at the MSB side or LSB side. It depends. Okay, it depends according to the design. And when leading edge, I can transfer the data 0. I can collect over at Q of 1. At Q of 1, I can collect the data, and that 0 is passing to the next bit, next data. Okay, it will separate here, and here the 0 is collected. At Q of 4, I can collect the value 0. Okay, the 0 is transferred to here. I can collect this 0 value. The next, for the next clock cycle, that means when the clock is high, at this point the clock becomes high, that means one can be transferred here. The one that is Q3, at Q3 one will be collected, because the sorry sorry simply the one is transferred from one flip flop to other flip flop, because it is connected in series connection, and it is the shift register. Okay, that means the D flip flop shifting the data from one flip flop to other flip flop. Okay, then we have another data bit that is called 0. For the next clock bit or clock cycle, we can transfer the data 0, and the 0 is collected here at Q of 2. Q of 2, I can collect the data 0. Okay, and the last bit that is 1, and at the final clock cycle, my value 1 will be collected here at Q of 1. Okay, so see, I have a device, that digital device is here, and the device value is this one. I want to transfer this value from this device to the device is here, and this device collected all bit in a parallel mode. So here the question is that how a device can collect the data in 4 different lines. Okay, So this can be collected with a MUX. The device must use a MUX, that is a multiplexer, and a multiplexer topic is in our syllabus, we'll discuss later on. In MUX, if we have 2 to the n number of input lines, that can be converted into a single line. Okay, again MUX is here. The MUX is collected all 4 output values, 4 different output values from 4 different lines, and it convert to a single channel. It is converted to single channel, then it transfer to the device. So this is my device B and my device A. I can transfer the data from serial device to a device which having the power to receive parallel data, or here we can say that a serial to parallel converter. Okay, so serial in parallel out can be considered as a serial to parallel converter. Okay, so here my question, here is the one question arise, that if I have n bit of data is here, then how many clock cycles we need? We need n clock cycle. See, we have 4 bit of data, then we have 4 different clock cycles. We need 4 different clock cycle is required to transfer the data, 4 bit of data. Similarly, I have n number of bits, then I can n number of clock cycle. So the clock cycle is directly proportional to the number of bits. Okay. Okay, we have another type of shift register, that is called serial in, serial out shift register. In serial in, serial out shift register, in previous case in serial in, we can transfer the data one bit after another with a clock cycle. Okay, in serial in, serial out shift register, the data can be collected through a single line. Okay, in previous case the data is collected with a parallel line. We have a parallel line when we need a multiplexer to collect the all data and transfer back to a single line. Okay, but there is no such multiplexer can be used inside the serial in, serial out shift register, because the output is collected with a single line. Okay, so let's see the block diagram. See, the block diagram is that we have a data in here and the data out here. That means the data can be collected here, and it is a 4-bit register because it uses 4 number of flip-flops. Okay, so it can handle 4 bit of data. So here one important thing is that in case of serial shifting and parallel shifting, the question may arise that how many bit can be transferred in case of serial shifting and how many bit can be transferred in case of parallel shifting. So we can transfer n bit of data in both cases. Okay, but the way we are transferring that can be different. In case of serial shifting, we can transfer n bit of data one after another, that is very easy. But in case of parallel shifting, if we have a 4-bit register, then we have to make it a different packets. Okay, we have to make it a different packets of 4-bit of n-bit register, then only every packet is transferred. Clear? So in serial out shift register, as I said, the data is collected with a collected through a single line. So suppose I have a data that is 1 0 1 0. Okay, and this is my device A. From the device A, I can transfer the data to device B. Okay, this is my device B. So here for this transfer, we have a more propagation delay. Okay, because first 0 is collected here, then transferred 0 to the next flip-flop, then next flip-flop, the next flip-flop, and after that we will get 0 here. Okay, then next one. So see where the propagation delay will come. Suppose at initial condition, just let us consider that this flip-flop is an initial condition. There is that means there is no data inside the flip-flops. Okay, and all flip-flops are remain in idle state. When the clock is supplied to this, clock is high. Okay, clock is high, then all flip-flops are ready to receive the data, right? This flip-flop 0 is ready to receive the data, flip-flop 1 is ready to receive the data, flip-flop 2 is ready to receive the data, flip-flop 3 is also receive the data. Okay, but the data is available only flip-flop 0. Okay, that time it will process some time, say 5 nanosecond. The flip-flop 0 will process 5 nanosecond to produce the result, or the result will available in q terminal. Okay, it needs 5 nanosecond. See, the flip flop one also need 5 nanosecond to produce the data at the q terminal. Flip flop 2 also need 5 nanosecond to produce uh, q at terminal, and flip flop 3 also use 5 nanosecond. So this flip flop 1 will wait 5 nanosecond to receive the data, but in case of flip flop 2 wait 10 nanosecond to receive the data. Okay, and flip flop 3 use 15 nanosecond to receive the data. So that is called propagation delay. If we have a number of flip flops in a register, that means if I have a n number of flip flop in my register and each flip flop used to produce 5 nanosecond at q terminal, produce the result. Okay, then the last flip flop wait, the last flip flop propagation delay or the time delay will be n 5 nanosecond. Okay, where n is the number of last flip flop. If I have a flip flop number 7, then at least I need 35 nanosecond to completely transfer the data from data A to data B. I need 35 nanosecond to transfer the data from A to B. So this value or this amount is called propagation delay. Okay, in 4 different kind of registers, some register having the propagation delay more than the other registers, other shift register. Okay, in some shift register the propagation delay is very negligible, like in parallel out shift register the propagation delay is very negligible as compared to other type of shift register. Okay, so again I would like to repeat here, in serial out shift register the data is collected at in a single line. Okay, in serial in case the data is transferred bit one bit after another with the clock pulses. Okay, and the more propagation delay can be um, there in case of serial out shift register. Okay, okay, we have another type of shift register that is called parallel out shift register, and it is quite faster than all type of shift register. Okay, so in this shift register, in parallel in case all data are entered simultaneously at a time. That means all data can be fed to all flip flops at a time. Okay, let's see the circuit diagram, or sorry, block diagram. So as per this block diagram, we have 4 different type of D flip flops. Okay, and D flip flop we have a single input terminal so that we can transfer the data into that flip flop. Okay, as well as we can connect the data at Q terminal. So in case of parallel out shift register with a single clock pulse, all data can be entered into this flip flop, sorry, register. Okay, so all data can be collected at that register. So suppose I have a number. So again my number is, I will not take the same number, let me change it. Okay, I have a number 0 1 sorry 110. I have a number 110. This is my device A is here. Okay, and this is my another device B. I want to transfer that 1101. Okay, 1101 from device A to device B. I want to transfer. Then I need a multiplexer at, sorry, demultiplexer at A site, DMUX. I may use, okay, or I have to use a MUX at the B side. I may use this DMUX at the A side because DMUX works with the opposite of multiplexer. Okay, in multiplexer, if we have a together n number of input lines, that can be converted to a single line. Clear? So here all data can be fed. That is one can be fed here. One, that is 1 0 1. All data can be fed into the flip-flops, because when the clock is high, then all flip-flops are ready to receive the data. Okay, when the flip-flop is high, then all flip-flops are ready to receive the data, and same time I can place the data at the input line of all flip-flops, and after a fraction of second we can collect the data here at the output side as a parallel wise. Okay, see, it is very faster than the other type of flip-flops, sorry, other type of shift register. Okay, simply the data is in, then we can collect the data from device A to device B. It is quite faster than the other device because the propagation delay in parallel out shift register is quite negligible. Okay, okay, we have another type of shift register, that is called parallel in serial out shift register. That means we can transfer the data to this flip flop in parallel wise. That means all data can be simultaneously available at the input line of the flip flops, and we can collect the data in series wise. Okay, in series connection we can collect the data. So here also we can use the extra device that is called MOX multiplexer. So this multiplexer we can supply the data. Okay, and the data can be collected at the series wise, okay, serial wise. So again it is connected with the clock. Okay, and see, in all register, both in shift register and all kind of register and all type of register, all uses the clear signal. Okay, as I said in first slide, clear signal is very important. When it reset to 0, then we consider register is asynchronously reset. Okay, when clock signal goes to 0, sorry, clear signal goes to 0. Okay, and when we transfer the data or when we do any data processing activity inside the register, then we have to make it, the clear signal should be 1. Okay, and the clock must be 1, because there is no clock signal, then the whole thing will not work. Okay, so here through this MOX, okay, as I said, the mocks receive more input values and produce a single output value. Okay, so we supply the mocks value to the next flip flops. Okay, the mocks data, the output of mocks can be transferred to the next flip flops. Okay, because we supply the data in parallel wise. In parallel mode, we can supply the data to the flip flops, and the series in series wise you can collect the data. Okay, whatever data will be there. So this is all types of this is all about the different 4 types of shift register, that is parallel in parallel out shift register, parallel in serial out shift register, and parallel in parallel out shift register, and parallel in serial out shift register. In short forms, it is called SIPO, CISO, PIPO, and PISO. Okay, and some shift register are having more propagation delay than others, and some are very negligible. The propagation delay is very negligible, and some is considered as serial in parallel converter. Okay, can be considered as a parallel to serial converter, like that. Okay, we'll discuss the application of shift register, then we'll see that things. Okay, in apart from these 4 types of shift register, we have 2 more types. One is the bidirectional shift register, another is universal shift register. In bidirectional shift register, the shifting of data is possible in both direction. Okay, shifting of data means what? The transfer of data, the movement of data from one component to other component. Okay, and that can be possible in both direction. That means either left direction or right direction. Okay, so this is the block diagram here, and this also use the D flip flops. Okay, 4 different type of D flip flops. So it is 4-bit bidirectional shift register. With some control mode, we can shift the data in left direction or right direction. Clear? So another is called universal shift register, as the name says that it is the master of all flip flops, all type of flip flops. That means the single shift register can handle all mode of transfer, that is parallel in, parallel out, serial in, serial out, in all mode of different transfer. Okay, we can transfer the data parallel in, serial out, serial in, serial out, serial in, parallel out, parallel in, serial out. In all case we can transfer the data in case of universal shift register. Okay, so here are the few applications of registers. First one is the delay line. Okay, so delay line, as I said, a delay line basically related to propagation delay. Okay, uh, in case of serial in serial of shift register, that is used to introduce the delay line, that is called delta T. Okay, because when the data is shifted from one component to other component, sorry, one flip flop to other flip flop. Okay, that time the second flip flop wait to receive the data from the first flip flop. Whatever time is there, that is called delay line. Basically the delay line is considered as delta T. Then second application is serial to parallel converter. As I said, during that type of shift register, we have some device. That device can produce the data in serial wise, and some receiver device are there which can receive the data in parallel wise. In that case, we can use that serial to parallel converter device register. Okay, so similarly, we have another register that is called parallel to serial converter register. Okay, same scenario is here. We have a device that can produce a parallel data, and some devices are there which can receive the serial data. Then we can use this register that transfer the data from parallel device to serial device. Okay, and some ring counter is can be uh, developed in register. Okay, if the output is connected back to the input. Okay, suppose we have a 4 bit register. Just you imagine that we have a 4 bit register. That means we have 4 number of D flip flops are interconnected with each other, and whatever the final output will come, that output is connected back to the input line. See, I want to try the in the block diagram. Suppose I have a this one D flip flop, another D flip flop, and all D flip flop are connected together. That is, Q is connected to the input of next flip flop, the Q is connected to input of the next flip flop. Suppose this Q value is connected back to input, so such device is called ring counter. Okay, because as you know that a register is not only meant to store the data, it also shift the data. Got it? So we have another application that is called twisted ring counter. In case of twisted ring counter, if the complement of the output or the Q complement is connected back to the series to the input, that is called twisted. So instead of Q here, if I connect this Q naught as its input terminal, then it is called twisted ring counter. Okay. Then another is called sequence generator. Another application of register is sequence generator. Suppose we have a prescribed sequence of bits. Suppose I want to generate a prescribed sequence of bit like one every time, every clock cycle, or every time I want to generate that 1001. Okay, and if that particular prescribed sequence of data is found or generated in a bit of data, that is called sequence generator. Okay, so this was all about register. In this session, we discuss about the register. So what is register? Why the register is used? And what is shift register? Why there should be a shift register? And what are the different modes of shift register? Why there is a propagation delay? And what is the propagation delay? Everything we discussed here. And if you have any doubt, then you can WhatsApp me on my WhatsApp number. Okay, and for the next class or next session we'll discuss about the counter. Okay, and here I will remember you, the counter is nothing but it is the another application of flip flops. Okay, so in today's session we'll discuss the application of flip flop, that is called register. In the coming session we'll discuss the counter. Okay, so thank you so much.